The Removal Act was passed in 1830, but the Oneidas predated that because they were already talking about removal in the 1820s, and so they had agents. One of the agents was Eleazar Williams, a missionary for the Episcopal Church, and he had visions of establishing an empire in the West. So he was planning to talk to the Menominees in particular for a place for the Oneidas in Menominee land, and he made arrangements with the Secretary of War. I think it was John C. Calhoun, with the Secretary of War, to talk to the Menominees and have a seat in their territory. And that was in the probably 1820, 1821. And there was a treaty made with the Menominees in 1821, a subsequent treaty made with agents from several tribes, the Iroquois tribes, the Six Nations tribes, with the Menominees in 1822. And that treaty allowed for the Oneidas and others from New York to settle on, with the Menominees, on 8 million acres of land, all the way from, in Wisconsin, all the way from Milwaukee in the south over to Wausau, up to Michigan Territory and Badenoch in the north. And so that was 8 million acres that could be shared with the New York Indians, with the Menominees, but that was quickly overturned by people who were descendants of the French fur traders who didn't like that idea, and some of the Menominees who said it wasn't the chiefs, the correct chiefs, who signed that treaty, and so therefore it was invalid. Eleazar Williams was also a missionary, and the Oneidas accepted him as a missionary. A part of the Oneidas, not all of the Oneidas. There were a lot of them that were still traditional, and they opposed him, those who were traditionalists. But he succeeded in converting many Oneidas to the Episcopal faith, and so he utilized them. The other tribes did not contribute that much interest, and maybe they had 1 or 2 emissaries who went with Eleazar Williams, but not much more. The other Six Nations they were listed on some of the treaties, but they didn't contribute any persons, any people. The tribes who did, the New York tribes, were the Brotherton, who were made up of 7 different tribes who were alienated from their original lands, and so they coalesced for their survival. And the Stockbridge Munsee, which were 2 different groups who got together, and they were Algonquin. The Brotherton and the Stockbridge were Algonquin-speaking Indians, and the Oneidas and all the other Six Nations were Iroquoian-speaking Indians. So the other 2 tribes that were called the New York Indians when they arrived here were the Stockbridge, Munsee, and the Brothertons.